What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First and foremost, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, but as we all know, the NFL regular season is officially over. It's on to the playoffs for wildcard weekend, and today we're starting our offseason rebuild series of all 32 teams. And of course, there's no better way to start it than with the team that secured the #1 overall pick, that being the Tennessee Titans. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Let's go ahead and jump in and do a Tennessee Titans offseason rebuild to start off this 32 team rebuild series. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So obviously we'll be kind of doing teams as their season being over, and then as teams are eliminated over the weekends during the playoffs, we'll get to them as well. So obviously these are the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. This is the official playoff bracket, so it'll be interesting to kind of see how this goes. You'll have the Bills and the Broncos, the Ravens and the Steelers, the Texans, Chargers, Eagles, Packers, Bucks, Commanders, Rams, and Vikings. But that's besides the point, because as we all know, the Titans did not make the playoffs, and they will have the #1 overall pick. Well, they'll have a very interesting decision, because they have Will Levis, who they drafted just a couple years ago. The team is not very good. Honestly, they kind of came in with expectations I don't think they should have. They've kind of been aggressive since they've traded away A.J. Brown. I thought when they did that, they should just kind of tear things down and try to stop being competitive, but they ultimately wanted to be competitive. It didn't really work out, and now they're stuck with #1 overall pick, which may not be a bad thing. I saw a report that the Titans absolutely love Cam Ward potentially, so that's probably what we're going to lean towards, but it would not surprise me at all if the Titans traded this pick, because this isn't like the most strong quarterback class. And do they believe in Will Levis going forward? Well, that remains to be seen. And will they fire their head coach as well? Has not been announced as I'm recording this. But let's get to the offseason, and let's get to work on this Titans offseason rebuild, shall we? So Madden has the Lions and the Chiefs get in the Super Bowl, as the Chiefs will three-peat and create a dynasty. They probably pretty much have already created that, obviously. But they beat the Lions 20-34. And now we have 32 players to negotiate with, and we have $89 million in cap space. So let's go ahead and see who all needs to be re-signed. So you have Jerome Baker, Tyler Boyd, Darrell Baker, Jack Gibbons, Quandre Diggs, Traylon Burks, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. And I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about the Tennessee Titans. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I do. Titans are probably the least watched team for me this season for sure. So I didn't watch a ton of their games. The only one I may have watched is when the Commanders played them. So I'm not going to pretend I know exactly who the Titans need to keep and who needs to stay. But we're going to go ahead and start with trying to resign Jerome Baker here to keep him around at only 20 years old. And he's going to test free agency. I will tell you, for this series, I have the player motivation somewhat high. Tyler Boyd at 30 years old, I might let go. But yeah, I've moved the player motivation very high. So apparently it's going to be really hard. It's a lot harder to re-sign your free agents. So that could make for a better free agency classes, hopefully. It doesn't look like we need Darrell Baker necessarily back either, because we have Snead and Chidobe Awuzie and stuff. Jack Gibbons will try to go for here. But let's go ahead and see if we can get him. And he's going to, like I said, it's going to be tough to re-sign our players in this year's. Quandre Diggs is a free agent. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, I know, had a lot of touchdowns for the Titans, so I assume they want to keep him around. Had a really good run there for a second, so we'll see if we can keep him in Tennessee. And he's also going to test free agency. So far we miss out on pretty much everybody. Sebastian Joseph Day at 30 years old. Mason Rudolph is the free agent. Obviously, I think Will Levis will end up being the backup, because we'll probably draft a quarterback in this one. And we can bring back Ryan Stonehouse, who looks like he's actually interested. We might have a free agent, our own free agent, and we finally get one to accept. So that's a win-win to start this one. Not going to franchise tag anybody. Honestly, losing any of these guys is not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. There is going to be a lot of things we need to accomplish here to turn this Titans team around. Let's go take a look at the lineup with a fully adjusted lineup, and then we'll obviously look into free agency, because we have yet to do that, because we saw what it looked like a little bit, but the team wasn't fully healthy there, so we didn't see the full roster. All right, so this is what you got. Calvin Ridley down to 79 overall is brutal as well, by the way. O-line on the right side is pretty trash. JC Latham, I know, was their rookie, I believe, from last year. Okonkwo's an okay tight end. Skaronski, Nicholas Petit-Frere, I believe, was a early draft pick of theirs from a few years ago. Pollard obviously was a nice free agency addition, but yeah, Will Levis is not going to start going forward. He will absolutely be the backup. So we definitely need another wide receiver in the building for sure. Defensively, obviously you have Jeffrey Simmons, you signed L'Jarius Sneed, and Roger McCreary being a superstar dev is nice too. You also have Amani Hooker, Harold Landry, who there were some rumors about him at the trade deadline. Kenneth Murray. So there's some solid pieces on this defense that we can work with. So let's just go ahead, jump into free agency, and let's start to see what may be available to us here, and we'll attack some of our needs in free agency. Obviously, not being quarterbacks, we're going to draft that one. We have made 5 offers here in free agency. Obviously, going for Javon Holland, who's sitting here as the best free agent available at 25 years old. To me, that's a no-brainer. We need a free safety, and he's here. Brandon Sheriff to protect the right side of the offensive line, Milton Williams, Tutu Atwell, and Jamian Sherwood. So we get all 5 of these guys. I think that'd be a really good start to this free agency class in this offseason in general. And we will get 4. I thought we got none of them for a second. We got 4 out of the 5. So it looks like we didn't get the offensive line, which was definitely needed. I'm glad we got Tutu Atwell. Definitely need a draft wide receiver. Got Milton Williams, Sherwood, and Javon Holland. So definitely added some pieces on defense, which is nice. Getting Tutu Atwell is nice too. But ultimately, we definitely need some offensive line help as well. So that's definitely something else I want to attack before this free agency is all said and done. So we try to get Rob Havenstein as well, but he was not. So Will Hernandez is sitting here. I mean, we just kind of need anybody at this point. So I will go ahead and offer Will Hernandez a contract to try to bring him in as a starter. He's, you know, at 80 overall. So we can go for him. And then we can also draft O-line if need to as well. I don't think there's going to be much of anything else for us to go after. There is David Andrews sitting here. Our center isn't great either. We don't even have a center under contract. So David Andrews will go for as well. So Andrews and yeah, so we're just going to be patching up the O-line for the most part this first offseason. But I do think it's important to get a couple bodies in here for this free agency class. And we get both those guys, which they're both not accepting our offers yet. What about now? So we do get Andrews to accept. We'll have to see if Juan Hernandez accepts, but we're going to take the rest of this to draft night. I think we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. So let's go ahead and get in the draft and, of course, pick with the number 1 overall selection. We'll be drafting Cam Ward. So going into the draft, honestly, it doesn't look terrible. The team looks decent for the most part. We definitely need to improve the offensive line for sure. Probably need to get a guard in this draft 100%. That's going to be important. So Will Hernandez didn't accept our offer, which is fine. Hopefully we can just address that in the draft. We just need to get somebody. So we definitely need a wide receiver. So wide receiver and a right guard is my main priority over defense as well. So let's just go ahead and see what we can get. I'm assuming Madden will have us with the number 1 overall pick. It wouldn't surprise me if for whatever reason the Browns have it because they have the same record as us. And no, we do have the number 1 overall pick. Beautiful. So it is correct draft order, which is what I wanted to see. So let's go ahead and jump in. And without further ado, obviously, we'll be selecting our quarterback up top, assuming that's what the Titans might do in real life. Again, they may trade this pick, which would make a lot of sense to do. But quarterback is the most important position to address. And I am going to go ahead and take Cam Ward. So I'm using the same draft classes I've been using, but I re-downloaded them. I think the creator has made a few updates, if I'm not. Hopefully I think I'm right on that. But so number 160 true value draft number 1. Only normal dev for Cam Ward. That's a little disappointing. Not to get a hidden dev quarterback. I think he's been hidden dev in the other times I've drafted him. So maybe updating the draft class was the move. I don't know. But we'll be picking early in round 2. That was really unfortunate to get a normal dev to start this draft. But Shador falls in round, which some teams said they don't have a first round grade on him. Now there is Ashton Jeanty, which is interesting, but I can't get behind that right now. We need a wide receiver in the worst way possible or an offensive line. But Ashton Jeanty is definitely intriguing. Jalen Milroe, Carson Beck is here, Everett, Kyron Lacey. So we can take the LSU wide receiver here. Tyler Warren's intriguing too. Really good tight end. Definitely would give us our, we could take Tyler Warren. Actually, low-key kind of like the idea of this because I'm not sold on Okonkwo going forward. So you know what? In round 2, we're going to take Tyler Warren. I think that's going to give us a really good weapon for Cam Ward. Normal dev as well. So really disappointed so far in seeing only normal dev on these guys. I don't know if that's just maybe just a glitch. Can we get like a hidden dev player at all? I'm a little surprised by that. We don't have a round 3 pick, which is quite unfortunate. Not sure why. Oh, for the L'Jarius Sneed trade, right? So, but we're in round 4 now, very early round 4. And Squirrel White out of Tennessee doesn't sound like a bad addition, but we should take a guard here, and we absolutely will. And Restrepo, that's not bad too. Maybe we get one of those two to fall to us in the other round or or later in this round. We're going to take our guard here while we can, and probably won't be the greatest player, but should be someone who starts because we don't have a body there right now. So, and then at that other round 4 pick we have, hopefully Restrepo is here or the other wide receiver that we were looking at. So let's see if one of them is on the board for us still. So you have Marshall as well, but there's Horton, Jack Beck, but I'm going to go ahead and take Xavier Restrepo out of Miami. I think this will be, and Squirrel White wouldn't have been bad too, but I think Restrepo could be a steal here in round 4, so we'll take him. And actually, now that I think about it, Obviously, him and Cam Ward went to Miami together, so it's kind of perfect. Really disappointed that every player's hidden are only normal dev. I wonder if that's how every player is in this draft right now, and the draft class creators just screwed that up. Disappointed by that, but whatever. What can you do? Maybe I should give hidden dev to Cam Ward, because that don't feel right? Like getting your round 1 pick and not, I don't know. I guess I'll just leave it alone. And Warren should be hidden dev too. I don't agree with them being normal dev. I don't know if it's a glitch or if the draft class creator just screwed up. Not sure. But let's get into the lineup for year number 1. So here is the lineup going into season number 1, and I was actually incorrect. Will Hernandez did sign with us, but getting Connor Colby as depth is great too, and Lloyd Cushenberry must have been hurt, which is why I didn't see him. But regardless, we got depth in the O-line, so can't be too discouraged about that. I'm going to start Warren right away, and I do want Xavier Restrepo to get some run as well on this offense, and he is the slot wide receiver, so that should work out exactly how we want it to. So Cam Ward is under center with Warren, Tutu Atwell, Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks. Again, really disappointed that Cam Ward and Warren are only normal dev. I think that's a disgrace, but I'll leave it the way it is, I guess. We'll see how this first season goes. We'll leave it as the Titans playbook for now, but definitely prepare to change it in the future if need be. So we'll go ahead and see how year 1 goes with Cam Ward being the quarterback. Hopefully we have a good season. Probably won't make the playoffs if I had to guess, but as long as we can show improvement from our quarterback under center, or I guess not improvement, just show, positive signs, I feel good about that for year 1 at the very least. So there is a win improvement from last year as we finish up at 6-11. So at least that's good to see. L'Jarius Sneed finished highly in interceptions, top 3, and then Sherwood finished highly in tackles too. So that's good at least. Let's take a look at the stats and hope that Cam Ward was solid. Yep. Okay. 33 touchdowns, 11th in the NFL. 15th on the offense, and defensively 32nd. So 33 and 60 from Cam Ward isn't horrible. 8 touchdowns in Pollard, 900 yards from Pollard, and 370 rushing yards from Cam Ward too. We'll take that. Ridley 1,000 yards for Restrepo. Him and obviously Cam Ward have a familiarity there, so that makes a lot of sense. Atwell in the free agency edition, so not too shabby to see this team. A lot of success, low-key. 7-12.5. I guess not a lot of success, but definitely some good stats, which is nice because obviously we want this to work out in the long run, and it's already a positive sign year 1 of what we're seeing. So with that all being said, let's get to the offseason. Let's continue to work on this team. Definitely more work to be done, but I can feel pretty solid about how year 1 went, and hopefully maybe those guys' development traits went up. That'd be huge because like I said, it's atrocious, man, that they're all normal dev. Really sucks. So going to this offseason, about $68 million in cap space. I don't know if Ridley's a free agent, but I'm assuming. So Roger McCreary as a superstar dev definitely is a must resign. Peter Skoronski will go ahead and accept the 5th-year option on him. Amani Hooker, Okonkwo, Burks are probably let go at this point. Kenneth Murray, Arden Key probably can let him go at 30 years old. And then Nicholas Petit-Frere maybe will resign. So although we could probably do better. I mean, he's a 69 overall. What's the point of resigning him at this point? Arden Key will let go. Kenneth Murray, I have interest in bringing back, but it wouldn't shock me if we couldn't. Because like I said, it's going to be hard to resign your free agents. He is going to stick around, though, so that's going to be a good start. Roger McCreary is a franchise tag candidate here if he does not sign this, but I'm going to try to make sure he does because he's only 26 and he's a superstar dev already. So he's going to stick around. Nice. Amani Hooker, kind of the same thing. I want to keep him around, but if he's going to be greedy, we can maybe upgrade there, so that's fine. Okonkwo, his interest in coming back here, so hopefully he'll just be able to sign him and he's going to stick around. So that's fine. And then I assume Ridley might be a cap cut because I'm pretty sure his contract has a massive out on it. If I remember in one of these videos, we'll see if that ends up being correct. So yeah, $16.8 million. I am going to absolutely cut Calvin Ridley here and let him go because I just feel, freeing up $60 million I think could be useful somewhere else. Is there anything else? So do have Harold Landry at $17.5 million. We could cut him. But I actually think we could trade him for something. And then Chobi Awuzie, you could probably cut him as well or trade him for something. So probably looking at these two guys as trade candidates or potentially just, cap casualties. We'll see. But definitely going to be looking at them. And we'll see what we can do in stage 1 of free agency. We could definitely free up more money if needed. We definitely are going to need another wide receiver. But I am curious to kind of see if any development traits went up. It would be nice if they did. If Cam Ward was a star now, that'd be amazing. And no, only normal dev, so nothing moved up. Restrepo's up to an 80 overall, though, which is nice. So despite not having a great, obviously, he's not a star dev, but we'll be happy about that. Okonkwo star dev at a 76. And Tyler Warren was solid. Will Levis, Cam Ward, that'll stick that way or stay that way. Defensively, Jeffrey Simmons up to superstar dev, which is nice. Sherwood's up to superstar X Factor, and Sherwood's up to superstar dev. That's awesome. Definitely need another pass rusher. Definitely need another strong safety. But let's go see what we can maybe get in free agency as we continue building this team up. Wow, this free agency class looks absolutely amazing. I had to stop before I even made any offers. The fact that we can get Micah Parsons here and he has actually interest in coming to Tennessee, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I literally just said we need some pass rushers, and Parsons being here is absolutely insane. You also have Kirby Joseph too. Definitely don't have any. Well, I mean, we definitely need another safety, but more of a strong safety. Deron Bland, we don't necessarily need. Brian Robinson being here, Odafe. I mean, if we could get Odafe and Micah Parsons, I mean, we could even have a reunion with Derrick Henry low-key, but we won't do that. But man, wow, what a class. I mean, let's start with Micah Parsons. This is going to be like all of our money, but man, you do this. Like, if Parsons wants to come to your organization, which I don't think he'd be available, but he is here, we got to bring him in, and we're his top interested team by a mile, so we're chilling there. And if we get Odafe as well to pair with him, who has no offers right now, tell me that pass rush wouldn't be disgusting. So Odafe and Parsons would be amazing to bring both of them in, which would obviously make Harold Landry an obvious cut, which let's just go ahead and trade him right now because we already know we're replacing him at this very moment. So let's get to cutting him away. I guess we can try to trade him to see what he would get us. Now, I'm not expecting anything crazy for him, so let's just get, you know, a realistic package for the most part. So Harold Landry, let's get some offers for him. Don't expect a ton here. So the Jaguars want to give me a young. If they want to swap me, yeah, sure, we can do this. We'll save us some money. So that's our only offer we offered. Depth at the linebacker spot, sure, why not? So Landry's gone, and now we can just submit those offers on those two. Now, there are some other things we obviously need, so let's take a look to see if there's anything else we could use here. So we could go for Kirby Joseph, but I don't think he'd come here anyway. So what strong safeties are available? So we have Amani Hooker we could bring back. All right, so nothing too crazy there. We are good at corner for now, but definitely got to keep that. So we're about to get both linebackers. Nakobe Dean would be nice, but we did keep Kenneth Murray, didn't we? So yeah, we don't need to go for a middle linebacker. All right, what about wide receiver? Because that was another position of need for us. Wando Robinson's not a bad player to bring in, but I feel like we have just like Tutu Atwell, Xavier Restrepo, and Wando Robinson are very similar players to me. So I don't think bringing in Wando Robinson makes a ton of sense, unfortunately. And we don't really have like an alpha. Watson got hurt again today, as obviously during the Packers and Bears games. So that man's career is probably, I don't know what's going to happen with him. But what about offensive line? Offensive line, we do need a tackle, and Rasheed Walker is sitting here. So that's actually probably what we go for. Or Taylor Moden. But let's go Rasheed Walker is a little bit younger, so he could probably fit here more, obviously, long term. So if we can get Rasheed Walker to protect Cam Ward and not even have to draft a tackle in the draft, if we can get these three in free agency, I mean, you'd have to feel really good about walking out with this. And we will get Parsons, Rasheed Walker. Odafe we may not get. I thought we could maybe get away with it, but it looks like we're going to have our work cut out for us. Now, we did bring in Chassa, or I don't know how to say his name, Kalavon Chassa. I don't know if we're saying that correctly. But it doesn't look like we're going to get Odafe, unfortunately. So we got Parsons, Rasheed Walker. Can't be mad. Let's see if there's any other linebacker we can bring in outside of, Boy Maffei, also Clowney as a veteran. Didn't he play for Tennessee for a second too, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, so Jermont Jones, who's a vet. But we already have, Chass in there, so we're not going to go for him. So to me, we leave it with what we got, and we'll draft the rest. But overall, bringing Micah Parsons is a win. So we added another dynamic on defense, and now we can go into the draft and get a weapon for sure. We need a wide receiver for sure, and we definitely need a strong safety 1,000% too. That definitely is a position need as well. So yeah, just kind of recapping what we need. Obviously, even though I just talked about it, strong safety, pass rusher, and wide receiver. Those are the three things we're looking for in this 2026 draft class. Let's see if we can address those. So let's jump right into it. So we'll be picking at number 10 overall. We'll see who is available in this one. We have TJ Parker going, Nico going, Peter Woods going. So no wide receivers have gone yet. I don't even know if there's is there a great wide receiver in this draft? I don't really remember at all. So yeah, Zachariah Branch, but also a slot wide receiver out of USC. You do have Caleb Downs at Ohio State, which might be the best pick for a strong safety going forward. You do have the NC State wide receiver, which I don't mind as well. And then strong safety. And then, like I said, we could get a pass rusher, which you have a couple guys here. But which one do we want is the question. Do we want to take Caleb Downs and address the safety position? Or do we want to address our wide receiver spot right now? I think I low-key kind of like the idea of taking our wide receiver here. Kevin Concepcion, I think is how you say it. I think he'd be the best player to take here. So we're going to take him, the 10th overall selection, get ourselves another weapon for Cam Ward. Hidden dev. So I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe the draft class in 2025, maybe the draft class creator just simply doesn't have those guys as hidden devs, which I find hard to believe, but maybe that is the case. So we do have a safety here, which we'll probably end up taking. Obviously, you could have taken Caleb Downs. We didn't, but we won't make that same mistake. We'll definitely take a safety this time around, and we'll move him to strong safety if need be. Number 13, True Value game at 42 sounds pretty damn good to me. A+ pick. We're happy with that one. And then last but not least, as I mentioned, would be a pass rusher. So we'll see if we can accomplish that here with this selection. So let's see if that is available to us. So we got a quarterback. We got another corner, which taking another corner isn't like the worst thing in the world. So you do have Jacob Manu out of Arizona, which is exactly what we kind of need, opposite of Parsons. So this will probably be the pick here to in this draft, in this one. And that will be a bad pick, unfortunately, but whatever. It is what it is. So sometimes you make those. All right. We're going to advance to the end on that, and we'll go see what this looks like going into year 2. But I have a good feeling about what can happen in year 2 for this roster. So here's the lineup going into season number 2. Offensive line is looking pretty good. We're going to move Tyler Warren once again to tight end 1. We'll have Kevin Concepcion. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Hopefully I am. Restrepo, Tutu Atwell. So wide receiver core is interesting. Could be a lot better, don't get me wrong. But it is what it is right now. Defensively, Manu didn't end up being very good. We must have cut the other, I don't know. We must have cut our our linebackers. So the one we traded for must not have lasted on the roster. Now I'm going to move Dylan to strong safety because obviously we drafted him and he's hitting dev. So let's move him to strong safety. Make sure he gets play time right away. Because we need to replace Amani Hooker over there. So, all in all, I'm hoping for improvement. Once again, won 6 games last year. So, I'm only assuming we can make an improvement. Manu will get the start opposite of Micah Parsons. We'll see how this one works out. But all in all, I'm hoping, like I said, for just improvement at the end of the day. If we can keep doing that, we really can't be too mad at all. So, let's see. Is there anything we can do on the offense? We're going to leave it at West Coast Zone Run. Let's leave that the way it is. Cam Ward had a pretty good season under that last time. Keep the playbook for the Titans again because I feel like it fit fairly well with Cam Ward. Hopefully this time around, though, maybe we can make the playoffs. We'll see if that ends up being the case. So unfortunately, this time we actually take a massive step in the wrong direction at 3-14, which leaves us $54 million in cap space. But a little discouraged to see that. I'm kind of curious to see where we went wrong. Hopefully Cam Ward didn't have a bad season. Obviously, our future kind of relies on him. But going from 6 wins back to 3-14. You know, obviously you're not taking the improvement you wanted to see. Offensively was 29th in the NFL. Playbook change could be in order too going forward. Defensively also really bad. So 29-21, definitely not as good as his rookie season. Dude, our rushing attack was horrible. 540 yards for your starting running back is a joke. Restrepo continues to be really good though, which is good. Kevin Concepcion was all right. Defensively, obviously you brought in Parsons and he made an impact. 19 sacks. 5.5 from Jeffrey Simmons. So, yeah, all in all, really disappointed by the effort we've seen. But one thing we do have going for us is we'll have a top pick in this draft at the very least. Let's go see what we got in free agency. So, JC Latham will go and accept a 5th-year option. We'll bring back Tajay Spears as well, who probably will start over Tony Pollard, it looks like. So, we're going to bring back Tajay Spears. Pollard will probably let go, and then we'll probably let Wouzier go. Probably let Will Levis go as well. We can let the rest of these guys just kind of walk, although we can bring back Ryan Stonehouse here again. So let's get our boy back. All right. $46 million in cap space, so still quite a bit of money to work with, but we'll see what free agency is looking like. We definitely could use free agency to help this team out even further because obviously what we got is not good enough. But we need a beautiful offseason here to get this team finally make the playoffs and honestly to make this team a contender because that's usually when we start to attack it. So Warren Okonkwo, offensive line, like I said, could be better, but I mean, you got good starters everywhere, so that's good at least. So Tajay Spears becomes a new starting running back. Cam Ward, got to continue to ride it with him defensively. Sherwood's up to superstar X Factor, so now you have 3 superstar X Factors on this defense. Need a better pass rusher, and then the safety we drafted superstar too. So another corner wouldn't be bad to go grab. So we'll look into that. But pass rusher, another corner, and then offensively, I mean, wide receiver has been something we've been after. And if there's like a really good offensive line we can sign too, I think that may not be a bad idea. So let's see what we got. We got Linderbaum. So as I'm talking about, Zay Flowers. Okay, Jordan Addison. There's some wide receivers here like we wanted. You have George Kolafis. Wow, there's some damn good free agents. Shavarius Ward. Oh, wow. Yeah, this frenzy class is great. I'm down for this. All right, so Linderbaum actually is interesting coming here. Now, is there anybody that we can cut to free up more money? I don't know, because there's some good free agents here. Probably won't be if I had to guess. Like Simmons, we're not cutting, obviously. Snead, we're not cutting at this point. Cushenberry, I mean, if we get Linderbaum, Cushenberry definitely could be a release, which let's just go ahead and do that right now. So let's just release Cushenberry, because Linderbaum actually has interest in coming here. So we're putting all of our eggs in a basket that we're going to get Linderbaum, which there's no guarantee that happens, but we're going to gamble a little bit here. So we're going to go for Linderbaum as he is interested in coming here, and then we're going to go for either Zay or Addison for sure as well. So let's start here with Linderbaum, and it looks like we should be able to get him to come to Tennessee. That'd be a really good, yeah. So he's Zay and Addison. So Zay only has 1 offer, and then Jordan Addison also has 4 offers, and then Kolafis is also probably somebody I really want really badly. If you could put him opposite of Parsons, sign me up for that all freaking day. So let's see if we can get him to sign here, and will be his number 1 offer. So we may miss out on Zay or Addison, but I could turn my attention to Jeremiah Smith in the draft. I don't know if he's the number 1 overall pick, but if we do, that is exactly what we'll take. If we can get Linderbaum and George Karlaftis here, I think that's a win. So we get Karlaftis, but Linderbaum, of course, does not sign with us, dude. I thought we had him. All right, well, Zay and Addison are still at least sitting here. So we got to turn. We did cut our center. So our Biotish is here, who's a solid starter for Washington, but we're just kind of back at square one. We just have like a solid starter. He has interest in coming here, former Cowboy, so we'll go after him. We get Kolafis, which is fantastic. But do we sign Zay Flowers or Addison? I think you do. So we'll see if we can get Zay. Or no, we don't even have enough money. Never mind. Zay is not going to be possible, and neither is Addison, it looks like. So yeah. Man, Linderbaum was kind of the guy for us to grab, and we didn't get him. So does Biotish at least sign with us? And he does. So we get Biotish and George Karlaftis. So we're hoping we could restructure some salaries and go after one of these two, because if we bring in Jeremiah Smith with one of these guys, I mean, you'd have a really good wide receiver room with Restrepo, and that would make, like, obviously Tutu Atwell expendable, and you'd have just good wide receiver depth, and we want weapons here. So is there anybody that we can like restructure to free up just a little bit more money to go after one of these guys? So don't know if we'll be able to do that, but that might be well worth it, because we want to accomplish things while Cam Ward's under his rookie contract. So we just got Kolafis. Javon Holland, we'd free up $4 million. Don't think that's enough. Parsons, we'd free up 10. So after we just signed Micah Parsons, we are structuring him $1 million. But I think that would almost be enough to go after Zay. So let's do it. We're going to restructure Parsons. We're going all in on this next season of making the playoffs, basically. We'll change the playbook. We'll make it happen. And then we'll try to, I guess we can't restructure Javon Holland, it looks like. Not sure what happened there. So, but hopefully that gives us enough money to get one of them. And there's no guarantee we even get one of them, unfortunately. But we'll see if it works out that way. So, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. I mean, give me one of them. I don't care which one. It looks like we may not have enough, but we'll go for Addison here. And let's see. We are someone offer. If he signs it, we're chilling. Does he sign it? He's still considering offers. So, Zay is gone now to the Giants, and now we're going to have to just let this go to the draft, and we'll see if we get an offer from him, or I guess we'll go to stage 2. We don't even have to take this draft. So, do we get Addison on this team? Was the Parsons restructure worth it? That's something we'll find out here in just a second. Hopefully it ends up working out that way, but I'd feel pretty good if it did. So, did we get him? I wasn't even paying attention to see if our offensive overall went up at all, but please tell me we got Addison. Did we get Addison? We didn't get, or he's either sitting there or we didn't get him, which would really blow. So let's see if he is here still or if he signed somewhere. He's actually still considering his offers, so at least we didn't miss out on him. And we do get Addison, so Addison's a Titan. All right, let's head to this draft now. Let's continue to build this team. I am not afraid to draft Jeremiah Smith still if needed. For the number 1 overall pick, I'll probably draft Jeremiah Smith because I want to get Cam Ward as many weapons as possible. So we actually do have the number 1 overall pick, which feels good. You guys know who will be submitting with this one. Let's get Jeremiah Smith. Let's get our boy some more weapons. Jeremiah Smith, welcome to the Titans. So now you have Restrepo, you have Jordan Addison, and you have Jeremiah Smith now added this team. What can't this team be good at next year is going to be the ultimate question. If this team does not have success, there is serious freaking issues. But let's see what else we got in round 2. We'll continue. So Caleb Durham out of LSU, I know could be pretty good. But honestly, at this point, whatever we draft is just kind of a luxury. So we got Bias in free agency. We could use another corner, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So Kobe Black will be the pick here to add a third corner to this team after we lost Jadobi Awuzie. I'm going to let my assistant GM draft the rest, but I'm feeling good about what we accomplished this offseason. George Kalafis, Linderbaum would have felt better, but Addison and now Jeremiah Smith, this team better be in a dynamic offense next year or there are serious issues. So this is a lineup going into season number 4, I believe, at this point. So Cam Ward under center, Tajay Spears. So Addison, wow. So Jeremiah Smith doesn't even make the depth chart, but obviously we got to put him in there somehow, some way. So we'll put him at wide receiver 2 if needed, but he needs to play, obviously. Restrepo will still be the flex or the slot wide receiver. Unfortunately, that does bench, obviously, our first round pick from last year, but you know, with what we got, Addison, Jeremiah Smith, and Restrepo, that's the 3 guys I really want lined up for the most part. Okonkwo, I guess, is better than Warren, although I, prefer Warren to be there. Defensively, this is where things look scary, man. You have 3 superstar X factors, 3 superstars, and Javon Holland's here, George Kalafis here. So, like, this is a damn good-looking defense. Kenneth Murray's like the one weak link, and he still is okay. Like, this team should be a playoff team, and if it's not, I am upset. We're going to change the offensive playbook as well because I want no excuses here. I want to be in the playoffs. I don't even know which one I want to go for. Probably do, Probably do Dallas's, to be honest. Let's just do Cowboys playbook. Let's simulate the season, and hopefully we find it. Or we could do even Green Bay. Nah, let's do Dallas. So we'll do Dallas's playbook. Should be in the playoffs. If we're not, we got serious issues. I'll see you guys at the end of this one, where we're hopefully, not only are we a playoff team, we're a contender for crying out loud. We've been building this team up to be a contender, so we damn well better be a contender. So at the end of the season, this is what I'm talking about. We go 13-4, but unfortunately was not good enough to even win the division. Who was better than us right now? The Texans at 14-3. Are we serious, dude? Wow, so 13-4 to end the season, which feels pretty damn good based off where we've been lately. But this is what we've been building towards. So hopefully, offensively, we're 12th in the NFL. Only 25 touchdowns from Cam Ward, which is not ideal. Defensively, 17th. So 25-9, so didn't turn over the ball as much, which is good. Tajay Spears, 20 rushing touchdowns. Damn, a lot of rushing touchdowns. But Cam Ward did add 9 rushing touchdowns too. Addison was incredible. Restrepo was good. Jeremiah Smith was good his rookie season. Warren was solid at the tight end spot. Sacks wise, obviously Micah Parsons continues to be solid. 11.5 from Jeffrey Simmons. George Kalafis only 2.5, unfortunately. 3 from Parsons. Interceptions wise, 3 from Sherwood and 3 from Roger McCurry. Now, we do draw the Ravens in round 1, which the Titans are very familiar with. Both these teams have had some history. But let's see. And, it looks like Derrick Henry may have left him because I saw, obviously, Derrick Henry in free agency at one point. But let's jump in, see if we can go on the road and beat the Ravens and go on a deep playoff run because that is what we've been spending this money towards. So we cannot allow time to go to waste. Let's make some things happen this season or this playoff run. So round 1 obviously is going to be super tough. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, they're a tough team. They're a good team. So we're going to have to score some points in here. So let's see if we can make that happen. So we start off with the football. Scoring on our first drive would look incredible, and we do just that. The Ravens will respond with a field goal, but we'll go up 14-3. Defense gets us a stop, and it is now going to be 14-6, and the Ravens will miss the 2-point to tie it. We need to go score here, and we do just that, 20-12. And the Ravens will miss a 2-point. Okay, well, all we need to do is get a first down, make them use all their timeouts, and we move on to the divisional weekend. So, as we usually do, when we get in this scenario, let's go to 2 clock, and let's run the hell out of the ball, and hopefully we can get this first down. Obviously, offensive line is our massive strength, but Spears is shifty enough that, 3 yards, we'll take that. 44 yards on the ground today. But let's just continue to feed the rock. Obviously, we need to make sure the Ravens use all their timeouts here. As long as we can just continue to successfully run this ball down their throats, we'll be moving on, and that is going to be almost a first down, 3rd and 1. So we need 1 yard for glory. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. So let's get that 1 yard here. Hopefully we can make that happen. We'll halfback power O. Let's see if we can get this 1 yard. Just give me some blocks, and we get tackled by Roquan Smith in the backfield. Are you serious? Okay. Well, I'm not punting it. I'm not punting it to the Ravens. Screw that. Let's go for this. Let's be aggressive. So we're gonna go for the first down killer because I'm not giving the Ravens the ball back. Not giving Lamar the chance to win this game. Let's just make this happen on our own. Warren will catch it, and that'll be game. So 20-18 stick always does me good, and I will kneel the rest of this out. Beat the Ravens in round 1. You know, that was ballsy to go for. That was some Dan Gamble type stuff, but it paid off, and we're moving on to the divisional weekend. So after beating the Baltimore Ravens, we're obviously on a divisional round. We're playing the 13-4 New York Jets, who signed Bryce Young in free agency, it looks like. Which Bryce Young, man, he's been balling in real life. All credit to him. Very happy for him. Obviously, he got the bust label very early on, and now they're going to jump up 7-0. But he has been balling lately, which is why you can never give up on anybody too soon. He does throw us an interception, though, and we'll capitalize. It's 7-7 now. Need to score again. We do 14-7. The Jets are putting up some points, man, so we need to score again, and we will. 17-10. The Jets will tie it 17-17. Can we go score? And no, they're going to go to, we're going overtime. Okay, so we got to score first and draw first blood in overtime. Honestly, I thought they were about to win there at the end, which would have been heartbreaking. But thankfully, we're in overtime instead, which I'll absolutely take. You know, I don't want to lose the way. That would have been a horrible way to lose. So glad to be in overtime, and running does not work in that first play. All right. You know, I love me my zig route. So let's see if we can get Restrepo for a nice gain here. They might have this well played, though. They do. So instead, we'll scramble this, and we'll have X in the, there we go, to Jordan Addison, get upfield. And now we can go no huddle, and we'll go right back to it, man, because the zig route, man, it's nasty. And Restrepo's there going to be for nice gain. So that's going to get us to the red zone. It looks like we are going to be in the red zone just like that. So let's continue to keep them on their toes. And now we can take the zig route to the other side, and we can do it with our tight end here, and Tyler Warren. But this time it's going to be guarded, and I stared down the receiver. That's my fault. I thought that was going to be wide open, and it definitely was not. And we get sacked for it. So my bad, but it's all good. We can make up for it. No worries at all. As, again, it'll be open. That's only going to get us, you know, 5 yards, though. So that's not going to be what we're looking for. Got to get out of that play now. We got to do something different. So, all right. 3rd and 16. We need a first down in the worst way possible. So let's see if we can somehow get a first down here. I think we might. I got his. I threw that, didn't I? Okay. Well, we got to settle for the field goal because obviously going for it in 4th and 16 would be psychotic. So instead, we'll settle for the field goal. We'll hope our defense can keep them out of field goal range. We'll see if that ends up working out. Obviously, there's a chance it does not. But let's slow this down. Let's go normal, and then we'll see what defense can do for us. All right. 20-17. Just need you to get some stops, defense, and we move on to the AFC Championship. That's not a good start. 15-yard reception. And, okay, dropped. We'll take that. 2nd and 10. And, all right, now they'll have a first down. Do I need to jump in to stop these boys? All right, this is not looking good. Okay, 3rd and 2. Get another stop. And 5-yard rush. All right, so let's jump in on defense and see if we can't get us a stop, because they are about to score here if we do not get the stop or get an interception, which we definitely need right now. All right, so I'm going to bring coverage with Micah Parsons. Bryce Young, I need you to throw me a gift here. Hopefully he will. They're going to run the ball with Breece Hall. They might. They're going to take forever to snap this. And, oh my goodness, he almost threw us one. He almost did. Our safety almost came through. Bryce Young almost threw us a pick. Man, that would have been an absolute gift. But I'll be in man coverage on Breece Hall. I dare you to pass protect with them. Okay, that's going to be... Oh, gosh. All right, so blitzing... did not work at all. There's 1:39 left in the clock, though. If we can just keep them out of the end zone somehow, which is going to be tough to where how close they are, but we'll try. So they're going to go. Okay, that would have been nice to see incomplete, but it's not. 2nd and 4. They're going to take their time, and now we are going to be in a very precarious position. So let's see. What? That's a QB draw. Oh my goodness, he fumbled. What on earth was that? What? Oh. Wow. We'll take it. We're moving on to the AFC Championship. I cannot believe that was the play call, but it worked out. We're moving on. We have played the Ravens. We have played the Jets, but now we get to play our divisional foe, that being the Houston Texans, who finished the game over us. We head to Houston on the road once again. Let's see if we can come out here and beat the Texans. We need to score on our first drive, and of course we don't. The Texans looks like they're about to, but we actually get a stuff. Can we go score off that? There we go, 7-0. Texans will get a field goal, and now they'll get the lead. So let's see if we can go respond. It's going to be 7-13. 2 minutes and 30. Wow, a lot of clock has already gone off in this game, to be honest with you. But we are going to see if we can come out here and get a game-winning drive here, shall we? So we're going to start with an inside zone because we're about to be headed to the 2-minute warning anyway. And that's going to be a nice little game. So that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We need a game-winning drive with Cam Ward. We could run this again, though, low-key. But I'm going to take this to the 2-minute warning. We have 3 timeouts. Not going to hike this one again. 2nd and 3. And all we need to do is go score a touchdown. And we can take the lead here, 14-3, if we so please. And don't leave them any clock at all. So 2nd and 3. I'm not going to worry about the clock. I'm just going to see what opportunities, await us. And we'll take whatever's in front of us. And we do have Mr. Jordan Addison in the slant, so we'll take that. Only 103 yards for Cam Ward today, so not a ton going on there. We'll stretch this to the left side, and actually, do we want to... no, let's go 4 verts instead. Let's see what 4 verts gets us. So, might have to take the underneath here. We're going to get sacked instead. I got to throw this away, and of course, I didn't get rid of it. 2nd and 25. Do have all 3 timeouts, but we're going to keep them in our back pocket still. We need a big gain here. 2nd and 25, taking a horrible sack there. That is my fault. I'll take full blame for that, but we can recover from this. I'm going to go Jeremiah Smith. This will be catchable. Can he make the play? He doesn't. Stingley gets up there and gets the stop. All right. Well, this is 4-down territory, so let's just try to get some of the yardage back if possible. So we'll see what we can do. Let's throw. I actually like this. I want to see if Warren can get open here, or Restrepo maybe on the... Ooh, Restrepo is going to be open. Hit him. There we go. Beautiful. And that's going to be inside the red zone. We're going to go no huddle again and take a lot of clock off. So that's going to be 40 seconds left. Let's run the ball here. Let's catch them off guard maybe. That's going to get us not a whole lot. Let's call timeout. So 2nd and 10. Not a whole lot going on there. Want to see if I can catch them off guard. Didn't work out. All right. Warren in the corner, or Spears underneath, or we can throw Addison on a go. He might be available in the middle. He's not there. Can't take a sack. Cannot take a sack. That would be worse. So we'll just throw this away. 3rd and 10. Didn't see anything there, although I was not looking at Warren, unfortunately, even though I should have. All right. Let's see if we can get this one in the end zone. Just need a... I think we have... Okay, so we're going to have Warren inside the 5. We'll call our 2nd timeout. 24 seconds left. Obviously, got to keep this ball in the air. We do have another timeout, so we could run it again, or could run the ball, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so just go with stick. We use this against the Ravens. Let's go ahead and use it here in the red zone on this 3-yard line and see if we can't. So Addison, save us, and he goes in. Touchdown, but we need to make sure, like I said, that this works out in our favor. So let's play all offense, and extra point is good. Okay, so 19 seconds left. 3 timeouts for the Texans. As long as I'm getting field goal range, we should be good. They'll be at the 30. No big chunks. Incomplete. 7 seconds. That should be all she wrote, I think, and that is 1 second. That's game. So we are moving on to the Super Bowl, 14-13 with this Titans team. So let's go see who will be in front of us in the Super Bowl. Had a great run so far. Let's finish it off strong. So in the Super Bowl, we draw, of course, the Birds themselves, the Philadelphia Eagles. So first episode of the series. Obviously, I would love for this to end in a victory for us, and we will go down 7-0. Can we go score? We do. 7-7. But they keep scoring too. Now, they did miss the extra point, so that could backfire eventually, but we need to score off that. It's 13-7. Can we go? We can't score to save our lives. 21-7. We need a quick touchdown here, and then we obviously need to allow our defense to hopefully get us a stop. But we got to score quickly because there's not a ton of time here in the 4th quarter. We've been playing around too much, and there is nothing. Can I get past? No. Oh, wow. What a broken tackle. We'll gain some yards off that. 2nd and 7. I was trying to beat that guy, but I couldn't, unfortunately. All right, let's see. I got to go Addison. Let's go at it. Oh, that's not a good throw at all. Oh my goodness, he caught it. Wow. That was double coverage. We're psychos for that, but that worked out. Honestly, thought that was single coverage. I didn't even see the safety at all. That's my Madden reads for you. So let's go Jeremiah Smith. Can we get in the end zone on this? We're going to be inside the 6, so we'll have that at least. We should be able to score here in just a second as long as we throw a dot to the end zone. I think we'll have... Ooh. Oh my goodness. I was waiting for Spears to get... We'll take a sack. It's all good. We'll recover from it. All right. Let's see if we can't get in the end zone here. And there is nothing available. Let's just throw this away. 3rd and goal. All right. 3 minutes left on the clock. Tight end in is what we're looking for. Obviously, touchdown or field goal does us no good at this point in the game. Looking for Warren underneath. Can we get him? Let's just get our yards, and we'll get inside the 5. So 4th and goal on the 4. Obviously, this is all or nothing. So let's see if we can't get the touchdown here. Smith, Trepo, Warren, Spears. What we got? Do we got anything? We have... Wow, I thought that linebacker was going to make a play. Zach Bond literally was there. But hey, it worked out in the long run. All right, now we'll slow this down and see if our defense can't get us a stop to get us the ball back. So we went for 2. Wow, very interesting decision there. But it worked out. So we could actually go take the lead here if we are able to get us a stop. And that's not going to be a good start. Evan Stewart, 12 yards. 6-yard rush from Saquon. We've been burning our timeouts. -1 yard. 3rd and 5. Come on, get us the stop we're looking for. Devonta Smith will get the first down. Wow, they're burning the clock slowly but surely. All right, so kneel. Oh, they're starting to kneel it out, aren't they? Well, can they just kneel this bad boy out? And yes, they can. So we're going to end this video off with a very Super Bowl or failed Super Bowl victory. But hey, we made it here. And I guess that's better than not making it. Is it though? Is it really? I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. First one of the series. I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.